the first time I ever experienced racism, it was from a Latino.
Yeah, I believe it.
So it was very like I'd never dealt with anything like that before. When I moved to my neighborhood now is almost completely white. I work around mostly white people, and I've noticed that in my neighborhood, most of the black men date white women. And I don't mean any disrespect. The biracial kids out here, it's a lot of them, and they still don't have a father. So
Mm,
to me, it doesn't speak to us that black men don't want to date us or that
mm,
we're a last resort. Because I'm going to be absolutely honest right now. The only black male neighbor that I've had in 15 years, he's the one that's outside getting arrested, explosive arguments. Like, we live in a very quiet, nice neighborhood. And as soon as he moved over here, police getting called, brother got arrested over here. I mean, it's really crazy. So it's not really a knock to us that black men are gravitating elsewhere, because a lot of times, I'm just gonna be honest, they're a problem. They're definitely a problem. Like, if they weren't, again, I wouldn't see so many biracial kids out here that still don't have a father at home. So it's not black women. We're not the problem. So it's a
well,
myth, and I don't mind it, because at the end of the day, all I can do is speak for myself and be who I am, and I get it. But the consistent attacks are the problem that I have. Like, they're a problem consistently attacking us. So that's what I. It's just very strange to me.
so my goal is not to put down black men, by the way. Just
I
or or
understand
or,
that. I understand.
or
I'm speaking from my perspective, so I
I
get
feel
it.
you. Okay, I just don't want to be misunderstood. Was that the reason for them first going for a white woman because of something like this, like internalized racism? And that's, I guess what I'm asking is, in your opinion, is that what it is, or is there more to it?
I think it is. I think it's internal racism. A lot of times, so it's a combination of things. For one, I've heard a black man say that he can excel better in his career if he has a white woman on his arm. I've also heard, and I mean, I don't think that that's wrong, because if anybody is getting the privilege of being with white people, if her father is co-signing for things that you're not used to happening in your community. I've seen that too. Guys, if black men can get benefits where, her father's able to help put a down payment on the house. You know, there's part of that. Another part of it is internal racism. They do absolutely feel like getting what white men have is important. So, like, back in the day, the segregation happened, and we were told we want to be separate but equal. Then all of a sudden, and that's when a lot of the racism really, really started, is when we integrated. And I heard a person
Mhm.
say that a long time ago, and I thought that's just so ignorant.
No, it's
But
true. It's
if
true.
you think about it,
It's true.
the integration was when they wanted to assimilate. Then they
Absolutely.
went from assimilation to, now you want to have what the white man has.
Hmm.
Then you want to not only have what he has, well, you start to see that if a white man's living a certain way, you want the same thing. All the while not really embracing your own culture, which perpetuates the racism. Like,
Hmm.
that internal racism perpetuates the external racism, because you're not paying attention to what's going on. You're not paying attention to systemic racism when you're so busy trying to get what the white man has. So you got two types of black men. You got the kind who idolize white women just because they feel like that makes them better.
Hmm.
And then you got the other type who knows that they can benefit socially from having a specific type of white woman on their arm. If it's so embedded within you that you have to hate yourself, I think a lot of it is from slavery. I think a lot of it that's self-hate. Um, but I can't really speak to why black men are doing what they're doing. All I can do is move accordingly, and it does piss me off when they speak on us. Like we'll be minding our damn business, all of a sudden the white girl go get some braids and she got to attack us. It's like because she was told that she was an elevated black girl. Like I've seen it time and time again. A black man will complain about black women being too ghetto, and then turn around and date a girl with a neck tattoo that's white. With braids in her hair, who's doing all of this with the nails and all of that. So it's like, it's not really that y'all hate how we are. You hate yourselves. Therefore, you have to make somebody else the target. That's what it mostly is. And I think that a lot of the brokenness is, unfortunately, it comes from not having a father figure in the home too often.
Mm,
Like that's not something that a lot of other cultures face.
mm,
And we have to talk about that part because it hurts a child no matter what the race is to not have a father in the home, especially when it's a male, especially financially, educationally. So it hurts the children, and for it to be very common in our culture for children to be under multiple roofs with no dad, same man, kids under a bunch of households. In our culture, it is very common for men to have kids in multiple households. So say what you will, that it is the truth. Like it is very common. Like okay, so if you think about all the rappers, we'll use celebrities for example, because that's who you know. You don't live in our culture, you don't live in our communities. So let's
absolutely.
let's use who you know. Let's use who you know. Who you know, name most of the celebrities. They have kids all over the place. They
Hmm.
have kids even all over the world.
Yeah.
So that's not it's a part of the culture. So it's not anti-black. We're talking about why it is that black men prefer to date outside their race. And so we're going to talk about race. If we're going to talk about it, then let's talk about it. So we can't say that it's okay for black men to date outside their race and not talk about why they're doing it. So
Mm,
it's racist. It's just what it is. Like if you're anti-black and that's your motivation for dating outside your race and you got to go announce why you're doing it, I don't care what your race is, whether you black and that is your race or another race. Like you don't have to tell everybody, "Oh, I don't like your race." Like
hmm.
that's weird. So
Yeah.
I don't have to tell everybody that. Like we do have an issue in our black culture where, a lot of it is systemic, but a lot of it has to be accountability. Like you have to take accountability for what's going on in your community if there's a consistent problem. We have a lot of them, and I wish we didn't. I would not like to speak about this outside of our community. I wish there was something that we would address, but we are talking about it. So, yeah, it is what it is.